Hi everybody!
Hello.
It's us, the Stoney Spirits.
Yeah.
I know, it's crazy. You're seeing us for the first time ever.
First time for everything.
Yes. So we were kind of just wanted to introduce ourselves, give you guys all the ideas we have as a channel, and we're gonna do like a mini podcast and discuss a topic today.
We were thinking about just talking about just how social media affects society, basically. Just like our experiences with like the social media addiction, and as well as like, you know, I guess just ways on how like how we can go about fixing that.
Yeah.
I think first you wanted to introduce Papaya though, right?
Yes, I wanted to give you guys an introduction to my cute little baby, Papaya.
It's Papaya.
Say
Look at her, so
hi.
cute.
Say hi.
She's such a little cutie. Such a little cutie.
She's so needy. Like,
She's very needy.
she's the most needy little baby.
Oh, and there's the other needy one coming up too.
You guys are gonna meet my cat. She's less cute. She's adorable. I love her in every way, but she's a little devil.
She is. She really is.
Yay! I got her. She's a cutie. Her name's Zuna. And I don't know. The dog was Papaya, and then my cat's Zuna.
Yeah.
I talked about Papaya in our last video, I think, actually.
I think so. You talked about her in a few.
Yeah.
In quite a few, actually.
Her name is... So, I know Papaya's a weird name. It just comes from the fact that her sister's name is Potato, from looking like a potato. And I just felt like it needed to be some food type pea name. And Papaya just sounded so cute. And it's like, comes out of your mouth. Papaya.
Papaya. Yeah.
I like calling her Papaya as well.
Yeah, Papaya.
Papaya. She fits it, though.
Definitely.
Mwah.
Alrighty, so topic at hand. Social media. Okay. Alright, I guess like the first question, right, is like how do you feel about social media? Just like what are your thoughts on it?
You know, I think social media is good for a lot of reasons. It helps spread awareness on things going on around the world. It helps us learn things and everything, you know. But it's so easy to misuse, and it gives too much access to a lot of the wrong people. I feel like even though I don't think it should be limited by a specific person or anything, I feel like people themselves, like all of us, should do better about limiting ourselves, because they're like, when you're on social media, you can see people and like how close-minded they are, and which you wouldn't think would come from social media, honestly. Yeah,
like people fall into their little circles, right? And then they stay in those little circles, even though you have access to like literally the world. People will choose, probably because it's very intimidating, to stay in a very tight-knit circle. That like they don't want to leave. And I honestly think a part of that comes from the use of like all these services, like just using algorithms, right? It literally just feeds you the like everything you want to see, right? Whether it's like right or wrong, whatever it is, right? It doesn't even have to be anything. Like if it's something you watch, it'll keep feeding it back to you. Right? It'll keep feeding the same thing back to you. And like
honestly, I've noticed how with my music too, though. Like
Spotify has the same problem.
Yeah, I've tried like reaching out and trying to find new genres and new artists, but like no matter what playlist I can put on a playlist that's nothing like what I listen to. Yeah. The complete opposite.
And then just throws in sprinkles of like the stuff from your playlist
until it gets to the point where it's just the stuff you normally listen to.
Yeah.
It's like how am I supposed to venture out and learn like new genres and hear new things if every time I put something on, it's like, oh, but here's what you listened to yesterday. Yeah. I don't want what I listened to yesterday. If I wanted what I listened to yesterday, I would put it on. And it's the same with my videos even. Like when I'm like, you know what, I wanna detox from these kind of videos because I realize they affect me.
Yeah, like they're toxic and they're negative.
And I try to avoid them, but then they pop up every couple of videos. And it's like, you know what, I can't leave something. It has to always come back.
And then there's like videos of people talking about like, oh, you have to train the algorithm for what you need. And it's like, I don't want to have to train a stupid like It's basically like AI trying to figure out what I want to watch and then feeding it back to me. It's like I don't want to have to train that to, you know what I mean, like just so I can see more than just through like a little pinhole, right? Like I want to be able to see and like look into and like I guess in a way experience a lot more. Right? Without having being like so balled up, because like in my opinion, right, the one plus side of social media and the internet in general, right, is you do have access to everything, like literally anything you could ever want to know, you have access to, right? But it's a normal human thing that like when you see vastness to that extent, you panic, you freak out, and you never want to leave your little bubble, right? So that's completely normal, right? But then they implemented the algorithms which basically feed into that, which makes it 10 times harder to even like leave that at this point, even if you want to, which I think is really stupid, right? Because like personally, like I feel like I think it's amazing how like society is like how like society in general is so much more connected than it ever has been, right? Like you know exactly what's going on in a completely different country. I mean, you can talk to someone in a completely different country, and I think that's amazing. You know, like you have ability to connect with anyone from anywhere, as well as learn anything from anywhere. Just like literally just sitting in your house, right?
Yeah.
Personally, I think like when it comes to like very powerful tools like that, right? Like the more powerful the tool, the more likely you can use it to hurt yourself, right? It's like it's like and like I think that's the problem with like what's going on with like the internet and stuff, right? Like that powerful tool is being used against us by like some like these companies that like you know what I mean, like they're trying to like basically like they're basically trying to take that connection, right? And then like only feed us the stuff that like will make us come back for more, right? Like they've turned a powerful tool into like
a weapon.
And like an addiction, right? Like everyone has some sort of phone addiction. Like I swear that's everyone, right? And it's designed to be that way, right? Like if you have an iPhone, like Apple wants you to be on that iPhone as much as possible.
Yeah, I actually recently learned, not recently, it was like a year ago now, but like you'll have like phantom vibrations for your phone. Like if my phone's in my pocket, like it'll just like just barely vibrate. So I'm like, oh, I got a notification or something, and I never do. It's just to help. It like I was told, at least I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true, but I had one of my friends tell me. She was like, oh yeah, my iPhone does that too. It's just to get you to pull your phone out, just so you'll get out, and then once you have it out, you're gonna get distracted by it, and it's gonna keep you on it, and like it literally gives you a fake vibration, like a fake notification feeling, just so you'll open it up and then get stuck on it. Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, which I
like
think
it's weird.
It is. It's like it's insane, and like it's in my opinion a abuse of power, right? Like, and like because like I personally think like when you regulate everything, it could be a problem, right? But like I feel like when you but I feel like some things you need to like, you know what I mean? I feel like there's some needs, because I feel like the internet has always been like a like kind of like a like an open kind of thing where it's not really touched by like a lot of different like, you know, laws and regulations. I mean, like slowly over time it has, especially since the beginning, right? And it's gotten better, right? But I feel like it's been more like curating the content on it rather than stopping the abuse of companies from using it basically to like trap us,
or even everyday people. That's one thing that I hate about the internet. Because you're protected by the fact it's just a screen. People do nothing, or not nothing. I like what I mean is you see people telling other people to kill themselves, to hurt themselves, do things, insult them, say horrible things, make people feel horrible about themselves. And it's not stuff they would say out loud in person. They're only saying this and saying it so confidently with so much like hate because they have the protection of, you don't know who I am. I can just insult you and bully you and for the fun of it.
100%, yeah.
You know? And it's just... It's disgusting because it brings out the worst in people because they're protected by the fact that I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
So, like, if I look down and it's like, oh, you know, Chicken Nugget Master just told me to kill myself. And what can I do? Nothing.
Yeah, 100%.
They're so confident saying things. But it has done so much harm. You know, there's people who kill, like, actually, you know, because of these people, and it's like there's nothing done about it because it's normal. Oh, if you didn't want to be insulted, you shouldn't post on the internet. It's something I see all the time.
Yeah.
With these negative comments. Like, I'll look at comments, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a horrible thing to say. It's all like, oh, you shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And then it's not even the person defending themselves. It's another person being like, well, if you didn't want that said on the internet, or like you didn't want to be insulted. And it's like, why is it so normalized to just hurt and insult and say these horrible things about people to the point where it's not even held accountable anymore? It's just like 100%. Oh, well, you should have known, you know? No,
100%. Yeah. And it's just like, that's just the way it goes. And it's like that. Yeah. Like,
it shouldn't be.
Like, I'm personally like I think like freedom of expression and speech is important, right? But I do think like that's important, but that doesn't mean that like you can't be held accountable for your opinions and what you say, right? Right? Like, you can say it, right? But like that doesn't mean that doesn't make you not an asshole, right?
Yeah.
Right? And I think I agree with you, right? Like it kind of hides. You can kind of hide behind a persona, hide behind a name, and not take the repercussions of what you said, you know?
Yeah, the most that's gonna happen is someone like texts you back, and you can just act like it's not there if you don't want it, which is crazy.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, I remember like just like from like watching like different YouTube videos or whatever from like different YouTubers, a lot of people don't even read YouTube comments just because like how toxic it can get, you know?
Yeah, actually,
like that's so sad. Where like it's literally. It's a section where people can kind of like voice their opinion on a video, or, you know what I mean, give feedback, right? And it's literally just used for people to fill with like toxicity most of the time, you know?
Yeah. This is more specific, but it's kind of like on the same path. Like, you know how they just released a new show, the like live action of Avatar? So you know, it's like this is like kind of really off topic now that I'm thinking about it, but it's weird to see that such like a show with such like high morals and teaching you like to be a good person can have such a toxic fan base. To the fact that I saw something this today, and it was about the actress that plays Azula.
Okay.
I think she's beautiful. I think she's great. There's a lot of complaints about her being too fat, and it's just because she has a round face. Yeah. And the thing is
she
Azula's
Asian?
Yeah, she's Asian, which is normal for Asians to have round faces.
Yeah, that's very normal for Asian people.
What confuses me is Azula's supposed to be like what, 15, 16, minor, but she's not hot enough or attractive enough to be playing this 16-year-old girl. And then there's been multiple posts about it. I saw one that was like Azula talking to Azula, but one was like, oh, I'm from the universe that didn't eat Zuzu, like her brother. And it's just like, you know, just because she's not even fat, she just has a round face, and she's being body shamed, insulted, told her to kill herself and all this just because she got the role to play someone. Just because everyone's like sexualizing her instead. It's like these like people have like these, like, people are so obsessed with something that they feel like it has to be exactly the way they want it, or it's absolute garbage, right? And like that's all it is people just being negative because they're like, this isn't exactly 100% the way I wanted it. It's 99% there, but that 1% pisses me off. And it's just like, people are children, dude. Like, they always have to find something to complain about, you know? But to switch gears just a little bit. One thing we also want to talk about was the effects like that has on people and their attention span.
Right. I guess like personally for me, it's really messed with me a lot. I realize, right? Because I as a kid I spent way too much time just just scrolling through like YouTube videos and stuff like that, right? Or like honestly, this is a normal struggle for people I know, even like before the internet, right? You see the issue with like TV, right? Where like once TV came out, everyone just always watching TV, right? And before that, because people don't like being bored, but like I feel like I can't live without like having something on in the background, some sort of stimulation, always something just feeding into my brain.
Music, videos,
100%.
podcasts, or anything.
Yeah, like at work, man. Like if I don't have headphones, I'm dying, and it's like this is kind of like I feel pathetic in a way, you know?
No, I get you. Honestly, I feel like I'm the same. Like I can't, when I get my food, I have all my food. I have like my drink that I'm gonna drink with it, and I'm sit down. It's like, what am I gonna watch to eat this food?
Honestly,
everyone complains about iPad kids. I feel like a majority of people are iPad kids.
Yeah.
Maybe not a majority, but I see it all the time everywhere.
Yeah, like
almost everyone I know is the same.
Yeah, like millennial or like a millennial or younger, they have some sort of like addiction to like stimulus,
or even like my mom's generation. Like my mom, like it's like kind of like where the habit started. Every time we had dinner, we all went to the living room and watched something.
You know what, you're right. Yeah, like I was saying with like TV, right? Like even like baby boomers, right? Like you hear like how like old people are basically addicted to watching the news, right? And it's just like they sit there watch the news all day, and it's just like, you know, like it's just an issue with like that sort of like, you know, like that sort of like I guess entertainment, you know, because people don't like being bored, right? And like I think obviously that was the start of it, right? Like TV, probably like radio, but like, you know, like back then, like that was probably the start of it leading up to this point. But at this point, right, where like things are designed to like make you literally addicted to it, right? Which honestly, not thinking about it, I bet you a lot of like those news, like there's no reason there should be a 24/7 news, like, you know what I mean?
It's because they find anything to talk about, honestly.
Well, like, I think that's the point of it. It's just to get you addicted to, right? But, like, nowadays, right, where, like, you have, like, any little piece of content, like, you could ever want to get your hands on, it's on there, you know? Like, instantly, right? You just pull up your phone, it's right there. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the easiest thing to get addicted to, and that's why everyone's addicted to it.
Yeah. And, like, even, I feel like it's gotten so much worse, especially lately, with, like, TikTok or even Instagram Shorts or YouTube Shorts. Having those, like, 60-second or less videos and just that being your day for multiple hours and hours, it's so, like, you can see the effects usually. People can't pay attention for more than a couple minutes because we're so used to just being on the next topic right away. Yeah,
that's why TikTok and like YouTube Shorts or Instagram Reels or any of those things. That's why there's so much like it's more popular at this point than just watching a normal YouTube video or even watching a show. Interestingly enough, remember like how we were talking about monetizing the channel, right? So you need like a requirement to monetize the channel. You said we needed 500 subscribers or 1,000 subscribers or something like that, right? It was that, but you missed two more. It said underneath that you need either or of them.
Oh no, it was like Instagram Reels and then hours watched.
No, it was it was the shorts, and it was hours, right? It was either like in the last year you had to have what was it, 1,500 hours watched, right? Or 3 million views in total on shorts, which is insane. Yeah. Like especially that number difference, right? Where it's like
they know shorts will get to that point.
Yeah, like where that's a requirement to get monetized. You need to hit 3 million, right? And that's just because people are literally just swiping. Your video pops up for a second, right? That still counts as a view. You know what I mean? It's just in there mixing with like the millions of other videos. But that's just, people just keep swiping because everyone keeps swiping through, right? And just like you know, like, but like don't know. I think the issue is like when you have content like that short and like that, you know, that kind of.
Especially because it's always right here too.
Yeah, you're not consuming anything.
You're not. You're literally going whoop whoop. So when it comes to the world outside, you're just it doesn't. You can't process it right anymore.
100%, yeah.
Like even I have a really bad habit when I put a show on or put a movie on, I'm going.
And you pull up your phone. Yeah, it's just like you start needing multiple like points of stimulus or like multiple sources of stimulus because your brain is so used to like already like having the one, you know, like you need more now, right?
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, what you were talking about with the camera like close, for me, I realized it's actually I think it's starting to mess with my vision. Really? Where like I'm so used to holding my phone so close to my face, and like that's where I was like, you know what I mean? Like I see, like I spend a lot of my time looking, right? That like looking farther, right? I have like what was it, like 20/25 vision, like which isn't perfect but pretty close, right? Like looking far away, right? Like honestly, if it's more than like 10 feet, my eyes have such a hard time focusing on it because I've trained my eyes to only focus on things close. Yeah. Right. And obviously you can retrain that. And I've actually seen it was an Andrew Huberman video. He's like a psychologist or whatever. He has like a podcast where he actually talks about training your eyesight so you can see normal again, because that is a problem for a lot of people.
It's a normal problem?
Yeah, it's a normal problem that keeps appearing with people, because everyone's so like stuck on like looking at their phone the whole time, you know? Yeah. And like honestly, though recently I've been getting really into reading and I've been enjoying reading a little long form, right? Like when it comes to attention span, right? Like I always find myself, if I'm reading something, it has to be short, right? It has to be very short, right? Like I like literally one of the, like I have like, what is it, like 2 or 3 books that are literally just like short story compilations. Yeah. Because like my brain can't like obviously I can, but you know what I mean? It takes so much more effort to like focus on like multiple different stories, you know? Or like, you know what I mean? Like I can't sit down and like do something for more than like, you know, like sometimes like 10-20 minutes without having to move to a next task. And obviously it's due to like ADHD or whatever as well, but like, you know, like it's definitely like an issue with attention span, is, you know?
Do you think ADHD is a lot more apparent in people? Because it's a very common thing to have nowadays. Yeah. Do you think part of it's to do with everyone having that access to the phone and, you know? So I know it's like an actual like thing, but do you think it's made as bad as it is because having that short attention span and
because the whole like people are being overdiagnosed because of the attention issues that are being developed from the just like the just like the I can't talk or I can't think. I think you might be right. Like we're like it's just being overdiagnosed because like we're always ingesting like super short content.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, ADHD is a real thing, right? Yeah. But it used to not be a big thing at all. Yeah. Before, like I know in the past, it's like you know what it is or whatever.
Yeah, no, everyone's being diagnosed with
that.
But
now everyone has it. You watch any video and it's probably someone bragging that they have ADHD or talking about how ADHD affects my life. 100%. And I think to a point. It's just because we consume so much of that quick that, you know, it's making the ADHD or the people who do have it, it makes it worse. And I feel like it's just not good.
No, it's definitely not healthy. Another topic, I guess like another like different direction they want to take was like how like in 2074 and 50 years from now, what do you think like society would look like if we kept going in the direction we are? I guess, do you think we can regulate? Do you think like eventually we'll start regulating this stuff, or do you genuinely think it'll just keep getting worse until like basically it's WALL-E?
I don't know if WALL-E exactly. I get what you mean by that, but I don't think it will get better before it gets really bad.
Yeah.
I feel like it's got to get to a point where people are really struggling to live before people are like, you know what? Maybe this is bad. Right now it's just to a point where it's like a little inconvenient, but it gives enough serotonin or whatever in your brain that's like, yeah, but who cares? You know?
Yeah.
Until it gets to the point where everyday life is just so hard to do. I don't think it's gonna get better.
I agree with you, and I feel like it's like that old I don't even know what it's called. Like it's just like an old like for some reason my brain wants to say idiom, but I don't think that's the definition of an idiom. But it's basically like I don't even remember how it goes exactly, but it's like if you want to boil a frog, you boil him really slowly, because he won't know he's dead until he's, you know, like he won't realize he's burning till he's dead, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like if you slowly keep turning it up, the heat, right? He's not gonna realize because he keeps getting acclimated to like whatever the temperature is, right? Until he's burning to death, right?
Yeah.
And like I feel like that's probably what society is gonna lead to, right? Where it's like until we genuinely start like, you know, like I don't know exactly how it end up, right? But I think until like we start getting like probably some sort of like maybe like hermit problem where people kind of like hole up and then kind of, you know what I mean, like until like that becomes like a widespread issue, I feel like we're not really gonna have any change in regulation towards social media and like how it, you know.
Yeah. And
I also keep seeing videos about on TikTok, obviously there's jokes where it's like the Neuralink thing, where like what is it, like POV, I couldn't afford Neuralink with no ads, you know, that kind of thing, where it's just like like the dude's having a seizure basically listening to an ad in his head. And it's just like, God, like
it's like scary, like, you know,
it's terrifying.
Like that's so on point though, you know.
Honestly, yeah, like I think that's the scary part, is you can see how realistic that is. Like in a way, right? Like people may end up like that, you know. And like
the thing is, I feel like
it's fucked up.
I feel like it's not just a social media thing, honestly.
Yeah.
Like even when it comes to like the economy, especially in America, like the things, I don't know how the economy is in a lot of places. I know it's better in a lot of places, it's worse in a lot of places. But from my experience living in America, right now I am paying for my rent, my bills, and then I got like $50 to spend for the rest of the entire month. Yeah,
it's like
that's it.
I guess like honestly what might be making it worse too is like because real life is hard, right? Like like you're right, like the economy in America is absolutely horrible, right? It's horrible, right? Everyone's miserable, so like everyone's kind of just like, well, we fall back on like the things that like give us that dopamine, because life is so miserable that we need a constant stream of dopamine in our heads just to even just live,
feel okay. Honestly, but I've noticed like I get so depressed, dude. Like after work, like even though I have like usually the whole day to myself, I'm just like I just want to sleep and do nothing. And it's because I can't afford to go out. I can't afford to get food. It's like, what do I want to go do? Go run around in a park, even though I just ran around doing two people's work because of the economy, you know? And like I'm just too tired.
Because like how like society works right now, right? It's like you're overworked at work, right? Like you were forced to do like the hardest possible, like you're supposed to work as hard as you possibly can. And that's the expectation now, right? Yeah. It's so unhealthy, and like there's no good work-life balance, right? Like you know what's actually kind of sad though? Having an 8-hour workday, right, was actually a union thing to regulate work-life balance. Really? I feel like it's gotten to the point where it's like I feel like you're incapable of having a good work-life balance because you're being overworked now, you know?
Yeah, it's because they don't want to pay for enough people to actually work in these areas. Yeah. Because I've worked a lot of like entry-level jobs, like fast food and retail stores and whatever. Yeah. And almost every time I worked at any of these jobs, we're definitely understaffed. They're not hiring. They're saying they're hiring, but they're not hiring, you know?
100%.
And like we're always too busy with not enough people.
Yeah, and then the turnover rates for everything is ginormous.
So yeah.
Because you're being overworked, right?
Yeah. And it's like, why am I doing like 2 or sometimes even 3 people's work and getting paid and barely enough to pay my rent this month?
100%.
And, you know, and it's like, it's just, I don't know. But to get back on topic, we were going to talk about ways we think we can fix it, fix these problems with social media. I feel like more personally, because I feel like there's no way to really fix it universally. There's nothing you could really do without causing a riot right now.
100%. I agree. And especially with like the power that a lot of these like companies that own all these things have, like, because like sadly we have a government, but the government's basically run by whoever has the most money, right? Which is these companies. These regulations aren't really going to be put in place. It's the same thing. It's the same issue with global warming, where like you know, like these companies have too much power.
Yeah.
Right? But I think on it, like I think personally, like, it would have to be local regulation, you know what I mean, in these things, to like would have to slowly be introduced to actually fix these problems, right? Like down to like you know what I mean, like just like limitations on like on like honestly like probably like limitation on like AI learning a little bit. I think
I hate AI. My last fast food job, I'm not gonna say anything about who they are or what they are. But there was no customer service at the counter. You could only use like
kiosks.
Our kiosks.
Yeah. And
last I heard, they were trying to make a way to have a robot take orders through the drive-thru, so that you didn't have to hire customer service anymore. It'd all be automatic, and
they basically want us to go to Wall-E. They basically really, want us on like on a spaceship, fat in a chair, just like always ingesting dopamine.
Yeah, and like the only people who would be there is to make the food, and then
even then they'll probably end up replacing at some point too.
At some point, yeah, and it's like it's crazy because you know.
Imagine being at like a fast food place where you're the only one who works there. That sounds so depressing.
Honestly, you know.
That sounds so sad. It sounds so dystopian too, but it's how things are going.
Yeah, honestly. But I think for myself.
Yeah, at a personal level, how would you address
I think I want to limit myself, honestly. I feel like I want to go on a detox of like my social media. Like, I don't want to like take away like being able to talk to my family like on there, but like when it comes to like watching a video every day or every night or scrolling on Instagram, I just want to take it all away, kind of, you know. And try to get used to living without my phone, so that when I do have it or when I get to it, it can be healthy, a healthy amount, and like work on it, because honestly I feel like it hasn't done me much good lately.
100%.
You know, aside from like our videos and like what I need, like absolutely need. Yeah. I think I'm gonna try just taking a detox.
I think that's a good idea. Honestly, I think it's a really good idea. And honestly, me too. Personally, like getting like, because like again, you're just ingesting a lot of like it's filler content. It's literally just free dopamine, right? It's literally wiring your brain to just kind of like it's like giving a kid candy every day, right? Yeah. It's like you know what I mean, like stop crying, have some candy, right? Yeah. And it's just like all you're doing is like training them to be like, you know, like just crave that now, right?
Do you want to make it a challenge?
Yeah, we can do that. Sure.
Because I'm so good when it comes to competitive stuff.
When it comes to competition.
Yeah. Yeah. But. So
you know what, you actually made me think of something else I would like to think about, right? Yeah. Or like to say. Yeah. I remember hearing like a lot about how loneliness is becoming more prevalent, right? Yeah. And like obviously it's related to social media a lot, right? But like I think it might
Sorry.
You're good. I think a lot of it has to be like do with like social media, but also just like I feel like always having that constant stimulus, right? Where like when you don't have it, you kind of feel empty, right? And that emptiness can both be perceived as, I think it could be perceived as loneliness, right? Because like that what's filled there, right, is it's usually like some sort of like voice or some sort of like something there, right? Which I think leads to, when you don't have it, feeling like, oh, I feel kind of lonely, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you want to talk to someone after that. You know what I mean? Like you need something to hear, basically, to keep your brain occupied, right? And again, it's usually like a voice or something, you know? Which when you don't have it, you know what I mean? Like you just feel depressed, right? And like I think that might be one of the increases of loneliness, potentially, because I like from what I've heard, like loneliness in like society just in general has skyrocketed in like the last like 20 or so years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense, honestly. Like I see videos all the time. It's like about like mostly girls, I think, just because I relate to them more. So it's on my algorithm. They'll just being like, oh, like I never found my group of girls, like friends. Like I don't have bridesmaids for my wedding, and I don't have people to celebrate my birthday with. I have no friends, and you know, like I kind of relate with that, honestly. Yeah. And it's like, you know,
it's because you're too busy ingesting all this content, right? Like like occupying yourself with this kind of like lonely task, very like closed off, solitary task.
Yeah, I can't really do it.
That you're not making the effort to make connection, because it's in a way temporarily filling that void. Yeah. Right. Like where it's keeping your mind occupied, as well as also giving you like the voice to listen to or whatever, right? Yeah. And then but like when you don't have that, you realize, damn, I don't have any real connection. I don't have any real connection.
No, I get you. Yeah.
And like I've also heard a lot of things about like social media, just because how social media is made, and like what you were saying earlier, with like with people being able to just say whatever they want anonymously, and kind of just like being kind of toxic, right? That like, because of social media, everyone has anxiety issues. Anxieties increase immensely because all you see are people to compare yourself to, and all you hear is how
bad you are. Yeah. Why you shouldn't like yourself, and
like people nitpicking every little thing about you because they're sad, right? And it's just like an endless cycle of like, just make, I'm sad, so I'm gonna make you sad, and then everyone's just sad. Which honestly is so depressing. And like, if we could just like as a society like pull back a little bit, kind of just like, you know, like go out and just try to connect with people, right? Because that's also another thing, right? It's like you can't connect with those people, and the reason you're such an asshole to those people, right, is because you're not there to make that connection, right? Like obviously you have things you can relate about, right? Like you can have similar, like, you know, but you can't really discuss that stuff, right? It's such a like seeing a person on like a video or whatever, right? It's called like a parasocial relationship, right? And like because of that, right, like you can't really connect with them that way, and in a way you can't really relate to them. So because you can't relate to them, people find it easier to like just completely hate and just shit on them. Yeah. Because like, you know, like they don't have any like, you know, like they don't have that like human connection that you would have with an actual person. Like at least not as much. Yeah.
But I feel like we should make it a challenge to detox, and if you guys want to join the challenge, just try to go a whole week without social media and scrolling, and
or at least limit it to some extent, right? Like I know like going cold turkey it's hard, but like, you know what I mean, like just like slowly like basically wean yourself off of it, you know. Not to make you sound like an addict, I mean you are, but
so with the challenge, I was thinking, so like normal people do like, oh, we're gonna see who can do it for like a whole week and whatever, right? I feel like just because I don't see the, like, what we lose out of it. Maybe see who can do it the longest.
I think that'd be fun. And that sounds more like your type of challenge too, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not just like, oh, we both did it for a week. It's like, I want to win.
Yeah, no one wins. Yeah, I want to win.
I want to win.
And that just means, like, no social media and, like, you know. I know you like to call your mom and see how they're doing. I like to call my family, and I feel like that's different a little bit.
Oh, 100%. So you're so I guess, like, the I guess, like, to define the rules of the challenge, it's not completely avoiding your phone, but it's avoiding specifically social media.
Yeah.
It's like social media / kind of just like staying off your phone as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like, use your phone for only important things, right?
Yeah.
Keep it on so you get phone calls that are important or text messages that are important.
Yeah, and I have that flight coming up, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Because I got a notification about how I need to put stuff in for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, stuff like that I think is still important, but, like, when it comes to, like, using it for entertainment and using it just because we're bored,
mm-hmm.
I want to avoid that as much as possible. And maybe we can make something to be proud of out of ourselves.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And, like, it should increase. Honestly, what I'm hoping for with something like that would be just increase overall happiness.
Yeah.
You know, let alone, like instead of just, like, always just, like, ingesting basically, like, fake happiness, right? Like, rewire, like, our brains a little bit to just enjoy life again instead of enjoying instead of just ingesting addictive dopamine content.
I want to get to the point where it feels like doesn't feel like I have to, but basically just getting to the point where, like, you don't even, like, feel the need to reach for your phone.
Mm-hmm.
You can sit down and eat and just eat.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to bed and just go to bed.
Yeah.
Go take a shit and just take a shit.
Yeah, not feel like you need to, like, always always have something on or whatever, you know.
Yeah,
I agree.
So
let's do it.
One exception. Two exceptions. One, I want to be Pokemon Go because I want to try doing some of those routes.
Okay.
We should do those routes because you were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
Like, two, my camera. I want to be able to use it to kind of track my progress and things I've done that I have been wanting to get done for months, but then I'm like, but...
No,
like my diamond painting?
Yeah.
Once I finish that...
Posting it?
Not posting it.
Taking pictures of it?
Yeah, just taking pictures. I can always post it when I beat you. But... I just want to track my progress, kind of.
Okay, I get that. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah. But... next thing we're talking about is just let you guys know kind of what we want to do with this channel.
Yeah.
We have a lot. Got a lot that we have, like, planned already. Okay. So one thing that we knew we wanted to do, like, right away is we want to make kind of like vlogs, similar to vlogs, about us, like, cooking and eating foods from multiple cultures, different cultures, trying stuff we've never tried before. Mm-hmm. And kind of, like, those are going to be, like, a little more educational. We want to, like, do research on these cultures and why, like, certain foods, you know, because, like, I know, like, in a lot of cultures, the reason, like, rice is so popular in, like, Asian food is because it was what they could have.
Yeah, it's what's available. Yeah.
And, like, I would like to, like, just bring that information out because that's great stuff for people to know, you know. Mm-hmm. And then we also want to do that with
just kind of, like, learning about people's different cultures in a way. I guess, like, what we were talking about before, where, like, people are super close-minded and don't really want to, like, you know, expand their thing. We want to be open-minded and kind of, like, learn about other people's cultures and I guess, like...
and try...
yeah, just understand them a bit better, right?
Yeah. And I know we've also wanted to do a lot of alcoholic beverages from those cultures, too. And just kind of... like, was it more, like, kind of describe, like, why, like, how these alcohols are made?
Yeah, just go into like the origins of how they're made, along with just like the cultures, I think, right? Like you just like so yeah, kind of just doing you don't know this, but like if anyone knows the old YouTube channel called it was called Hot Pepper Gaming, where they would eat a spicy pepper and basically talk about a video game.
Really? That sounds cool though.
And they're like, but basically do that, but with drinks, right? So like kind of like you have facts to like you have facts to give, right? And then like at certain points, like you have to drink a little bit more and drink a little bit more, and then or we also think about doing maybe like trivia games like while doing that as well, related to the cultures, right? Kind of just like keep us on our toes and just see us like completely like fail and do dumb shit.
We thought that'd be really fun, and then like it was educational and we learn things and teach things at the same time, and I feel like that's just great. Yeah,
and that's the important part, right? Is even though we're having fun, like we basically want like we want to put out like content to like teach you guys and honestly learn for ourselves.
Yeah, because like I don't know much about most cultures. I'm pretty uneducated when it comes to like other cultures. I'm pretty uneducated when it comes to my own cultures, honestly. Like when I look at my family's culture, because I'm Irish and Mexican, I know like this much from each, and it's like, you know, I want to expand my mind, learn about these new cultures, because when I do learn small things about other cultures, it's always so fascinating and great to learn, you know. You're like, wow, you know, that's so interesting, and like I want to expand on that, I guess.
And you know it'd be really cool, kind of like to do if we could ever get to this point, right? If we could ever get to this point, that'd be amazing. But like potentially like going to visit these countries.
No, that would be amazing, honestly.
Like if we could during this journey of these videos visit these countries and not only learn from them, but like maybe have people we could I guess like basically experts on the culture, or people from the culture who would know a lot more, like basically like do it along with us, and you know, or like, you know, just go out and like learn the cultures instead of just doing research from like home. We could do you know, we could
get in the middle of it.
That would be sick, right?
It would.
Obviously probably not anytime soon, but if we could ever get to that point, that'd be amazing. As well as what else were we planning on doing for this channel?
We wanted to do something kind of like a book club.
Yes.
So we have our own like individual thing going on. We have a book right now.
I think it's right here.
Right now we're reading The Outsiders by Stephen King, and we have like each our own like little bookmark. I have a little butterfly. One second, if I can function. I have a little butterfly bookmark. And then Jeremy has a dog bookmark, and we're just tracking how far we get in the book and to see who can finish the book first.
Yeah, you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, if you could see at the top here, whoops, there we go. Like basically racing to get to the end of the book, basically. Yeah. Like who can ever get to like the end here, you know?
Yeah, and then once we do get to the end of the book, like once we both finish, we want to do like mini book reports, either about what the book was about, what things meant in it, our favorite parts, what we didn't like, what made us uncomfortable, especially because it's like a horror book. Oh, 1 second. My bookmark's falling out. We want to do something just similar on the channel where we read a book. We both read a book and we kind of discuss it, talk about like basically just the book report, but out loud to you guys, so you can like be like, you know what? That sounds interesting, actually. You know, and
like do it kind of for both use the YouTube channel as kind of like keep us accountable for reading, because we both want to start reading a lot more.
Yeah, I used to be a reading.
You were a bookworm.
Nerd, yeah, and I want to be that girl again.
Yeah, 100%. I want to be that girl too.
Oh.
Wait, high five. Wait, hype. Yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Alrighty, so I think that would conclude the video, right? Have anything else to talk about?
We're also going to do more podcasts like this.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully. And just have kind of discussion videos. And then we also wanted, I mean, you guys already know this if you're here, probably. But play video games. We want to keep playing video games and having fun with those.
Yeah, 100%.
But...
yeah, this is kind of like, it's kind of like a variety channel at this point. We don't want to stick to one thing. We kind of just want to keep it interesting for us, basically. Keep it interesting for us, interesting for you. Be able to reach out to more people, because not everyone wants to watch video games. Not everyone wants to watch cooking and not everyone wants to watch this.
Yeah, so we just want to keep it open to everyone. You know, have a little bit of something for everyone to enjoy. Definitely. Yeah. But,
because my mind's still blanking. Do we have anything else we're gonna do?
I think we're good now. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had my list, man. So I had to read my list because.
You're smart to keep a list.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You wrote your list on our camera.
Yeah. That really worked out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for the next, just so you can see the next videos coming out.
Yeah.
Subscribe so you can keep up with our stuff, basically.
If you like the video, press the like button and subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Yeah.
To keep updated on when we post next.
Yeah, to get a notification.
And sorry, go on.
No, go on.
And if you have any like suggestions or
we're small enough where we'll still be reading the comments for the most part.
Or if you even find anything we talk about interesting and want us to delve into it more, just let us know. We'll be free to go into anything you guys want.
Or we could just like make a movement and create our comment section as like a place for discussion and like civil discussion, and you know, instead of like letting people like make a new like cesspool to like, you know, create talks again. Let's try to keep it nice and pleasant down there.
Yeah,
you know?
That's one thing I want to work on with our channel for sure. It's gonna be harder in the future if we do pick up, but I want to make sure it stays as untoxic as possible. You know, go through maybe every couple days and be like, hey, that's we don't let that happen. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know anything on your mind right now.
Yeah. Just make sure you keep it positive and try not to, you know, like put anyone else down. Y'all have a good night. Bye.
Bye.